Welcome to the VK Platinum Podcast Review, where we dive into the protocols of health, wellness, wealth, and freedom to live and be without imposition nor subjugation. What happens when you consume VK Platinum? When you ingest VK Platinum beverages, here's what happens. Your first biological reaction is like, wow. Then, as the liquid circulates through the body via the stomach, foreign pathogens begin at once to flee the area in which the liquid has appeared. Similar to when you pour salt on a leech, they start to melt and shrivel up. That's the kind of reaction that the pathogens will have once the VK liquid goes into the circulatory system. Once this occurs, pathogens then seek out a safe haven amongst the tissues, organs, and related internal structures within the body as to avoid the VK Platinum liquid concentrate. However, it is important to continue a proportionate intake of VK Platinum consistently after the first 1 ounce shot or more every 2 hours to enable thorough circulation of the liquid to every circulatory pathway of your internal environment to allow the rapid proliferation of specialized cellular production, which will rapidly increase the neutralization and termination of pathogens. VK Platinum works as a 10x botanical cleanser, detoxifier, purge, and alkalinizing agent without an intestinal reaction, meaning you won't have to run to the bathroom. It'll work, but it won't have that extreme reaction on the body. Now, strong mucus discharge is often experienced dependent upon where the mucus is concentrated, especially in the respiratory system, which includes the throat, nose, mouth, and eyes. The blood will begin to flow a little faster when VK Platinum is consumed, as the Amaraceae, capsicum, allium, zingibraceae, sigobogan, and lestopyridium forms into broad clusters of anti-pathogenic plant compounds, which create an intensely hostile environment for pathogens. The developing bodily conditions are now in full reaction to both the VK Platinum and the neutralization of pathogens. There may be some discomfort experienced. However, consistency is especially important at this stage of introducing VK Platinum into your body. Consuming an exclusively healthy nutritional intake of fruits and vegetables uncooked is also extremely helpful to the body at this stage. Now, some may say, well, why fruits and vegetables and other substances like seaweed, etc.? Why do that? Because the body does not need to be encumbered with digesting overly processed foods, especially animal products. Your body's 11 systems must singularly be guided towards the neutralization and termination of pathogens throughout its entire biology. Now let's look at another factor here, because we want to cleanse the body. We want to purge the body. So we need to do what the body requires of us to accomplish and achieve that so that our results are excellent results. Here's what we're going to also have to do. We're going to have to consume clean water. And clean water is also, throughout this process, very necessary. The best options in quality water selection are the following types, and how to properly use them. Pure spring water is very good for drinking because it has minerals and other natural substances in it that is consistent with the body's blood. Next, quality distilled water is good for cooking. And finally, alkaline water, but use it sparingly. Use it sparingly. Don't drink it like every day and just drinking bottles of it. Don't do that because it'll create another kind of condition in the body. We're trying to cleanse the body. If the body is clean already, then alkaline water is fine. But if the body is toxic, has a lot of debris, has pathogens, etc. in the system, we will not drink a lot of alkaline water. We only want to drink enough of it so that it helps in the alkalinizing process supported by the VK Platinum botanical compound clusters. Because once the VK Platinum goes into the system, it breaks down into botanical clusters of compounds that support specialized cells, macrophages, microphages, lymphocytes, etc. All of these cells take action because it has support and help with the VK Platinum. See, before it was doing it on its own. But when you take the VK Platinum in, it creates a pathway. It opens it up. The pathogens start to run away. Now your cells have an easier job to do because they're running, and they're going to keep running into what? Those specialized cells. So now these pathogens are surrounded, you see, just like a military. Very important. Now, let us look at what VK Boost does once it is consumed 1 hour after your intake of VK Platinum. VK Boost feed the specialized cells produced by the liver and the spleen, assisted by the thymus gland blood cleansing work. Very important. The thymus gland keeps the blood clean, right with the liver. So we have to have that so that the new cells that are produced are stronger, much stronger. Now let's look at this. Cells such as macrophages, which remove dead pathogens and other unwanted particles from the blood, is paramount throughout this process, as debris must be cleansed out of the bloodstream ASAP. And that's what the macrophages do. They call them the big eaters. But we have two. We have the macrophages and we have microphages. So let's go into it. The blood must be cleansed of this debris. Once the cells take them and destroy them, they must be cleansed out of the blood ASAP. While macrophages are cells located in the immune system that are involved in the destruction of bacteria and organisms that are unnecessary or harmful to the body, the macrophages remove the big debris while the microphages does the destruction of bacteria and other smaller organisms. This is very important to understand. What we're looking at here is how the body works, how these cells work in the body, but more importantly, how VK Platinum assists this process. Natural botanical compounds that equal literally hundreds and thousands of other nutrients and compounds that form in the bloodstream to assist the body to do what it naturally does, okay? So, it is very important to understand that microphages and macrophages perform the same main function of ingesting harmful material. They differ in both size, numbers, and lifespans. Of the two, microphages are much smaller, hence the prefix micro, and live only a few days as compared to macrophages, which tend to live for months. Now, macrophages and microphages are a little different. They have different jobs, but they present a larger number than, let's say, the macrophages. Microphages are like maybe 100 to 1. Very important, because remember, they have to tackle the very small organisms like parasites or microparasites or bacteria, fungi, etc. that might be in the bloodstream. Okay? Now, VK Boost enable both macrophages and microphages production greatly enhanced through the highly dense bioavailable nutrients contained in the VK Boost formula, which contains 127 plant species from across the Earth's entire biosphere. That is incredible. Plants from every part of our Earth, from the northern regions, southern regions, eastern, western, Great Lakes, deciduous forests, rainforests, microclimates, you name it. Listen to this carefully. Thus empowering the cells with the botanical DNA compounds millions of years older than contemporary pathogens' capacities to withstand or resist these compounds. There it is. Okay? Now let's go further, because, in Western culture, people are always looking for this quick fix. But let's be frank and let's be honest. We must begin to convert to a truly healthy lifestyle. This is the key to optimum health and glorious living. However, food alone is not the answer. We know that. But an entire lifestyle that decreases excessive activities endemic in the chaotic values of the modern world of mundane values. We must learn to quiet the mind. We're always preoccupied with, I have to do this, I gotta do this, I gotta survive, I gotta work, I gotta pay the bills, I gotta deal with the kids, I gotta do this. We are totally inundated with activities that are mundane. So we must learn to quiet the mind. Look at the Buddhists and the Tibetan parts of the world, or the Asian parts of the world, where these ancient cultures live a very steady lifestyle. So they live long. They're not dealing with, I gotta pay these bills, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. They don't live like that. They live a steady harmony of life, which is the way we're supposed to live. We must learn to quiet the mind of all fears, stimuli, survivalism, entertainment, consumption, materialism, vanity, anger, ignorance, and all manner of self-inflicted pain, damage, misery at its origin. This new state of being versus the new normal, which constitutes total bondage, is a choice in which we will all be required to choose from. VK Platinum and VK Boost is a natural response to the chaos and madness engulfing our world. Be wise and take action now, because time is no longer an ally. Go to platinumvk.com.